so many times. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been a long time I didn't upload any video on my YouTube channel. So I would like to welcome you with new episode. Today I have a very special guest on my channel. He's someone very passionate about environment. He's very enthusiastic generally in life about anything. He is very versatile. He wears many hats. Some of them are, he's a teacher, he's psychologist, he's an environmentalist, and we'll get to know him about more. And also, he's the newly appointed chairperson of our International Student Club here at Bak Engineering University. So I would like to welcome him on the podcast. So stay tuned to watch more about him. Hi Peter, welcome to my channel.
Thank you.
I'm so excited to have you. You're the most awaited guest on my podcast. So I'm very happy to see you here and thank you for giving me your time.
Thank you.
So as far as I know you, I've already introduced you on my video before. You are such a great personality, I would say.
That's right.
You're a very funny person. You have more knowledge than the brain accumulated in our classroom. So how would you like to introduce yourself? Why don't you tell something to my audiences?
Wow. First and foremost, I would like to comment what you're doing, and it's a journey that is actually bringing ideas together, and just keep it up. So back to the question. My name is Peter Malale.
Yes.
I'm an environmentalist who believes in change and transformation. Yeah, short and clear.
Yes. And also what I want to know more about you is, okay, you are very concerned with environment. So I would like to know more about how you began your journey with environment. Why are you so enthusiastic, so concerned about the topics relating to environment? And as far as I'm concerned, and as far as my knowledge goes, we are also about to launch the Green Council here in this university. So what are your plans? How this journey began? How even this thought came to your idea? So, and I would also like to share your prior experience relating to environment back in Kenya, or whatever the work experience you have had with people in your journey.
Okay. Wow. Then a brief history of how I started it, the environmental journey. Now, I've been a teacher in Kenya, and I was actually challenged with one of the students. I was seriously in class teaching nature protection, and this student was like, "Teacher, we see so much being taught, but the implementation is zero. You as a teacher, do you think whatever you are teaching is logic?" And that question really lingered into my mind, and I was like, wow, what did that student ask me? So, and also like to commend our president for coming up with an environmental conservation mission.
Yes.
The 15 billion tree campaign. It was timely. So as I was trying to figure out what I need to do, that's when the idea was actually brought to us. And I decided to run with it.
Yes.
And to start the initiative off, because I was like, the story with the student was planting trees, taking care of them. So it really challenged me. And that's when I came out, and I wanted to do it in a very interesting way. And the interesting way was to have a sustainable approach of how we can even motivate people. And one of the things and one of the targeted area was in schools.
Yes.
And I looked at it at a strategy that will help us solve the ecosystem challenges.
Yes.
And at the same time, it will also help boost our nutrition. So we came up with the vision of planting fruit trees in schools. And why schools? Because we believe that these students are the future.
Yeah.
And based on the question that the student asked me, I thought it being noble, we started from that level. And I can tell you for sure, it's a journey that we believe that when it started and done right, then it will become successful. And I can tell you the progress before I left my country to come here to Azerbaijan, the progress has been tremendous. And a lot is actually happening. I'm seeing that schools are now most of the schools are picking the vision to be environmental stewards. And that one really encourages me.
Yes.
So this thing is doable and it's achievable. Apart from them championing for the well-being of our environment and climate, then also they can have a nutritional aspect of how the children are also feeding on a balanced diet. Yeah.
So, and also like I want to go a little back to your childhood. So now I want to audience know about your childhood. Like what were those things that shaped you to become the person that you are today? I want to know about your childhood.
Okay. My childhood was all about curiosity. I was a very curious child, trying new things, trying new games, especially for the games. I used to even play very dangerous games. And,
Yes.
my mom was on my neck, on my case each and every time. So it has really shaped me because I'm curious. I'm always a curious person. To learn, to know how the world is moving, the problems that are being experienced in the world, and how we can be part of the solution. And it has really helped me to get into spaces, to interact with as many people as possible. And I can tell you for sure, we're in the right trajectory. And we believe that if it ought to be, then it's meant to be. Yeah, so
they say that where there is will, there is way.
Yeah.
Something of that sort.
Yeah.
So I want to be, like very chill, free, like you can say anything, whatever you want. It's not like one of those, highly curated video where extremely, easy. It has to be very organic, don't feel pressure or anything to, we don't want to see that side of you, Peter. We want to see you like funny side of you, crazy, being carefree, just be that person. That is what I love about you, and that is the personality I want to let the audience know about you.
Yeah.
So okay, we talked about and okay, let's talk about Kenya. Let's talk about Kenya. Nairobi, we have heard many multiple times you have mentioned Nairobi in your presentation. We know Masai Mara a lot. We have learned about wildlife a lot in your country. So what are the other things that you wanna let audience know? Like, okay, there are certain things that are very extraordinary in Kenya that has the potential to be the big part or you be part of the presentation for your country. So what are those things?
The Matatu culture. I think that's one of the things I have not mentioned to people. We have one of the most vibrant Matatu cultures in the world. And it's not all about just listening to loud music, but it's going with the vibe. The new trends, the Kenyan music, also the international music, they're normally played in those matatus. And also the graffitis, the vehicles are well themed. And it is actually a very nice experience. If you now bring in now that aspect of the Masai Mara on tourism and all that.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's actually a nice experience. I think I should speed one of the greatest YouTubers.
Yes.
He visited it and he enjoyed the ride, and he was able to interact with most of these cultures that I'm talking about. Yeah, the ones that I've actually explained to the team, the ones that I've been sharing to you people, and I can tell you for sure, there is another great experience in Kenya.
Ah, nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you believe in God? And what is your connection with your God? Like, I'm sure there are moments and instances in your life where we feel the energy, where we feel connected to God, irrespective of whether the surrounding is good or bad. When we need that support, when you're alone, when you have nobody to hear you, but you have that deep faith, deep connection with God, right? So, what is your relationship like with God, and do you believe in God?
Yeah. I believe in God as
Mm-hmm.
a person. I believe in God as the supernatural,
Mm-hmm.
because when we try to trace the origin of mankind,
Mm-hmm.
there is that power that has, or there is that power that has made the whole humanity process to be.
Mm-hmm.
And I can say that God has been there
Mm-hmm.
before, God will always be there today, and God will always be there forever. So that has been my mind, and it's actually the truth, because we can't just imagine that the universe created itself from the blues. There must be something behind that creation story. You see? So it's something real, it's something very legitimate. Because, for instance, when you talk about the clouds, we talk about the sun, we talk about there is something that really made that possible. Like, for instance, the way we are dressed in clothes, somebody must have taken part in the development of that cloth. So when I hear people talk about maybe there is no supernatural powers behind creation, then I'm just amused. You see? So for me, that's my understanding, and I do believe in God.
And do you believe in ghosts? Negative energy.
I don't believe in ghosts, but I know they exist. Yeah.
Is there such thing in Kenyan culture about ghosts? Like, okay, this is one is the most terrific ghost. Like we all have that. Like one of those super powerful ghosts. Who is very invincible, immortal. We have stories like that. So, would you like to talk about one of the scariest ghosts, if you remember from your childhood or anything like that?
For me, I come from a Christian family,
Uh-huh.
and coming from a Christian family, we believe in Christian values,
Mm-hmm.
and we believe that Jesus Christ died for our sins. And apart from that, we believe that there is God the Father, God the Holy Spirit, and God the Son. And there is no power or force that supersedes that. You see, there is that subjection that comes when we talk about such powers. You see, so there is that commanding force that humbles all the other forces. That's the powerful force of God. You see, and that's how it is, and that's how I believe it.
And also, okay, let's talk about uh, you know your 20s. Let's talk about your. Did I talk about this? No, right? I didn't ask you this. So let's talk about your initial 20s. What was 20s like for you? What was the mistake you did? What were the learning for you? And what are the lessons you have learned that you would like to share with every young child who are in their initial 20s?
Okay, my 20s was very interesting.
Yes.
And it was actually very tough. Because I had to, let me not say somebody else, I had to try to fit into a responsibility that was way ahead of me, or a responsibility that was way above
Mm-hmm. I became a director when I was 19. Ah, interesting. I picked it from my mom, who used to run a school. She's deceased now. Mm-hmm. And I had to be there. Mm-hmm. So handling the school, the teachers, I had 11 staffs. I had parents. Mm-hmm. I had a good number of students, both needy and the ones who are not needy. So there was that mix up. Mm-hmm. Where the ones that were needy were getting education, being supported by the school. Those were the orphans and all that. And we also had the ones that were supporting or helping to support their visions. And listening, it really taught me a lot. You have to be a good listener. Apart from that, you also have to be good at decision making. Before then, I was not that good in decision making, but I had to learn. So they normally say you learn in the process, you learn in the job. So my 20s was actually very experimental. I had to be a person of good character. I had to be a person of good ethics. And I can appreciate my mentor because when I was in that situation, I had a mentor who used to guide me. He used to tell me that these are the do's, these are the don'ts in a very, very friendly way. Then also that religious, she taught me the religion. And I can say it really, really taught me a lot. And what do you think about maturity? Like you mentioned that at the age of 19, you were managing 11 staff under your, your protocols, your rules. So does maturity comes with age or it comes with situations, circumstances, and experiences? Maturity doesn't come with age. There are people who are even 50. Yeah. But I don't want to use that word. Uh-huh. It comes with the experience. Uh-huh. What you're exposed to is what will really, really speed and happen. Mm-hmm. And responsibilities will really, really speed and happen. Yeah, so age, people argue that age is just a number, which I tend to agree. Some age is just a number. Age is just a number. And the process will shape you. See? So if the process shapes you, then you tend now to get exposed to maybe things that are way above above your age. You have to make decisions. You see? And that one will teach you. It's the easiest way. Exposure is the easiest way. And also like we oftentimes pray with God that we don't want problems in life. Adversity is something that we are scared of, but actually in fact in life, if you observe closely, adversity presents opportunities, right? you know it's moment like this, phase like this taught so much you in life than any other book or any other lesson you attend. So do you think like how do we how do we face problems, and whether we should face it, fight it, or try to ignore it? You can't ignore it because at the end of the day it will come breaking. Uh-huh. The best way is to face it. So then the question comes, how do you face the problem? Uh-huh. That's also very important. Uh-huh. Knowing how to face a problem really matters a lot. So if you know how to tackle a situation, what you need to do when maybe there is a crisis, it will really help you because failure and problems, they are not meant to destroy us. Contrary to what think that failure and problems is a disaster. No, it isn't. It's actually a learning process. So how we shape and come out of it is what really matters. Yes. And also, let's talk about okay. Let's talk about money. Okay. Do you think we need $1,000,000 to live a happy life, or is just a myth theory? You're actually putting me on the spot. I don't want to be quoted. Uh huh.
Money is a commodity to happiness, but it's not happiness. You see, it's actually a product. Let me call it a product that can help us, can facilitate us live a happy life. You see, but happiness is another thing. You can be happy even without money, based on how you perceive yourself. Because there are so many people who are very wealthy, but they don't have good health. See? So, and in the other side, there are people who have good health and they don't have money. You see, that is an equalizer. So, I don't want to generalize that money is the road to happiness. It may not be the road to happiness, but at the same time, it may. If you know how to make good use of it. You see? For me, I'll go for happiness, but at the same time, I'll look on avenues of how I get money. Yeah, but if it doesn't come out, then I don't have to force it. Do you like? Do you feel you are successful? I feel I'm successful. Yes. You know, success means so many things. Waking up every morning and achieving your objectives, that's success. You see, you don't have to have $1 million in account for you to think you're successful. Setting your own small goals. Like today, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Yes. When you achieve all your goals, they might be 3, 5. That is success. So how you perceive success is what really matters. And also, what do like? Do you make like 5-year plan, 1-year plan for yourself? Do you believe in all that, or you just go by what's coming? You just go with the process. What you did? They normally say that failure to plan is planning to fail. So if you don't plan, then you're planning to fail definitely. You cannot compete in the world today if you don't have plans. So for you to fit in the world, you have to plan. It depends on what you want in life. Yeah, so for me, I believe that planning is just always very key. And also, to become successful, what do you think is important? Is networking important? Is your idea important? Is money important? Or many other factors? What do you think to become successful? What it takes to become successful? And does networking really help? And how can we make our own network? Uh, Success, you have first of all to define which type of success are you talking about. So if it's personal success, you also have to know. If it's professional success, you also have to know. So be that person who defines what they want in life and the category of success they want to pursue. You see? So if your category needs network, then definitely you need to network. You see? So if your success needs personal commitment, then definitely you have to have personal commitment. You have to be committed personally. Setting achievements, setting objectives, and working into them, and ensuring that the objectives are met and achieved. And do you procrastinate? And do you think procrastination is good? Sometimes, I mean, like, there are things, like, sometimes, like, there are things like you rush and you do everything in rush that you don't know what you did. And when you procrastinate, I feel like you get time to think, but you're also in that constant fear that, okay, I have to do this, I have to do this, and there's a deadline, and eventually you do it in a rush anyway because of procrastination. Procrastination means basically rushing at the end hour, so, like, do you procrastinate? And
Does excuses means procrastination? For example, I have this habit, like for giving excuses to myself a lot. For example, I make a plan like, okay, I have to finish this book 10 pages a day, and I don't feel like, I don't connect to the books that I'm reading or page, and I'm like, okay, if I don't do this, then I'm procrastinating. I get into that guilt of not being productive and procrastinating a lot. So is it like, what do you think about that? How do you tackle procrastination? Do you procrastinate?
So when you understand these two words, motivation
Mm-hmm.
and discipline,
Mm-hmm.
you live the best life.
Mm-hmm.
So when you lack motivation,
Mm-hmm.
you cannot achieve your goals.
Mm-hmm.
But when you have discipline,
Mm-hmm.
each morning you know that I'm disciplined and I have to do this and this and this and this. So in short, you don't need motivation, you need discipline. So lack of motivation leads to procrastination.
Mm.
So when you are not motivated,
Mm-hmm.
you procrastinate.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're disciplined,
Mm-hmm.
you don't procrastinate.
Mm.
Two very important words, knowing how to work on them, very instrumental.
Mm.
And I used to procrastinate myself, but when I came to understand that I need to be disciplined
Mm-hmm.
rather than depending on motivation.
Mm-hmm.
Like for instance, motivation can be in form of money.
Mm-hmm.
You do something because at the end of the day,
There's money involved.
there's money involved. So when that money fails to come in, you see, you actually don't work. You see, you read because of exams. So your motivation factor is exams. So when there are no exams, then you don't become disciplined to read. So I think for me, my version of that would be discipline.
Okay.
Be disciplined rather than getting
Motivated. So discipline leads to not procrastinating in life. So okay, do you watch movies, films?
Yeah, I do watch movies.
So what has been your one of the best movie over the years?
Wow. I have watched a lot of movies. Trying to get the best movie that I've actually watched. I've quite a number of best. I don't know now which one should I pick. But generally, I can talk about action movies.
Ah, you love action movies.
I really love action movies.
What was the last action movie you watched?
Which one? I've watched 10. I'm looking at The Kidnapped.
The Kidnapped.
Yeah.
Is it a series or a movie?
Actually, it's a movie.
Ah.
Yeah, it's a rich person. The wife of a rich person was actually kidnapped.
Ah.
Yeah, so it's one of the latest movies that I've actually watched.
Interesting. I thought that you would like some psychological, like this intellectual movie.
No.
Yeah,
I watch psychological movies, but also it's good to balance. See? It's good to balance. The action part of it. When somebody is kidnapped, then now there are people who are coming to rescue. I think this is a person of social status. You see? Yeah.
And like, do you like short conversations or long conversations? What do you prefer?
It depends on the person you're talking to. So if the person is maybe a person of interest, we just have to tolerate. Tolerance is part of the conversation. So if that person likes short conversation, then I have to go with that. So if the person is a person who goes for a long conversation, that's you adjust. So in life, you need to be a person who adjusts. You just have to adjust.
I want to know more about that. First of all, what do you think about today's love? Do you think it's complicated? It's just that they're making it more messier? What do you think about that?
I think today's love, people don't understand why they're in love. and understanding what drives you. Even to love somebody is also very important, you see. And you have to know what is the end goal of that love. Are you just entering into love to waste each other's time? Or are you entering into love which might lead into marriage, which is an institution, to be committed and to be responsible? So those are the things that people need to consider before they even entangle themselves in love, because you get into a situation that you are falling in love with somebody who even doesn't care about you, you see, or a very responsible person. Then now you try to come up with an exit strategy which you didn't formulate at first. So people should just know what are the advantages, the merits, and also the demerits of coming up and getting into such kind of things.
Have you ever judged a people by like a book by its cover? Does that happen? Like, you can give me the very first impression of me. What did you thought when you first met me?
I'm not a person who judges people by their physical appearance, because sometimes the physical appearance is very decisive. You tend to interact with person. For me, 5 minutes is enough to know your real characters, just to study being. I've taken part in some psychological lessons, and I can actually tell if this is a person to, as in, interact more, at which level and all that. Yeah, so it's very, very important. But let us not judge people based on their appearance. Yeah.
So since we are in Azerbaijan and we are in Baku, so what do you think about Baku? How is it like? How is Baku doing to you?
Wow, Baku, I can say Baku is a very rich country when it comes to culture. You know, it's balancing between the West and also the East. And I can say that it's a place to be, a cultural place where people are able to learn different walks of life and interact with both the past and the future. Yeah, that's what Baku is doing. Yeah, so it's a blend. It's a country. It's actually a city that has a blend of
Europe, Asia, Middle East. You know,
it has a lot. Yeah,
it has a you know, especially Baku. You know, there are places that are very modern. You know, like buildings, tall buildings, and skyscrapers and everything. And there are certain sections where it's like full on Persian, European vibes, you know, like fully artistic, you know, the sculpture you see and everything, and somewhere there's Middle East vibe. So it has got diversity. Baku has, you know, it's very diverse, I would say. And there's also like, I think, what do you think about Azerbaijan?
Azerbaijan is a tourist attraction country, and it's a very warm place. When I talk about warmth, I don't necessarily mean the outside appearance, maybe the environment and all that. People are very, very welcoming. Very, very welcoming. I've had situations where you just feel that warmness in people. Very, very reception, and I can say Azerbaijan is a friendly country. And I've been telling my friends, it's actually like Disney. Because everywhere you go, the reception, you have to be given chocolates, you have been given sweets, you have to be given the dolma, blog, all that. So it's actually a very, very nice place.
Yes, indeed, it actually is. And also, let's talk about the career that you want to pursue in the future. In terms of career.
Wow. In terms of career, I'm walking into my dream. I've always loved nature.
Yes.
I've loved the whole context about biodiversity and also our ecosystem. How living things they're able to habitate the world, the environment, and also the earth. So I can say that my dream has always been to lead environmental solutions on the mitigative side and also the adaptative side. And I'm working into that because that's what I do. Being an environmental enthusiast. Now I'm able to learn. It's a career that I'm pursuing now. Just to have information, to have knowledge and understanding about nature. Yes, soil, water, animals. Good.
And what do you think about the fact that we have an opportunity of global exposure here in our classroom? You know, we come from very different and diverse culture, different country. You know, so what do you think about that? Having an opportunity to have global exposure.
Global exposure, you know, the friends, I understand that we have people from all walks of life, not from one country but from different countries. We're able to learn, we're able to know different cultures, we're able to know people from a different angle.
So what do you think about global exposure that we have in classroom, the diversity, everyone come from different cultures. So what do you think about that opportunity that we have?
Wow. So I think about that, we tend to learn a lot from different cultures, being that people are from all over. So they bring their vibe, they bring the international vibe into the class where you are able now to learn a lot about a given country. You don't have to go there physically, but through those engagements, you're able to learn from how people live in a given country. If there are questions that you feel need to be asked in a more noble way, you're able to ask them. Yeah.
And also, like, what's next for you now? What's next? You're is gonna look like for you? What are your plans?
Mm. So what next for me is career.
Uh-huh.
My career is really what I'm really focusing on, and I can say I'm walking into that dream, and getting to interact with what I've always loved to do, what I've always loved to be exposed to. It's one of the things that really amazes me, and I can actually confirm or say without any reason of doubt that I am doing what I love doing. Now getting experience to tackle the effects of climate change and to learn scientific terms. Apart from that, to learn different approaches and also to share ideas on how I can be the change that I've always wanted to. So just getting the right things. Yes.
So we come to the end of our episode.
Uh,
I feel really happy that you made time. You made an effort to come here. I feel so happy, lucky, and we are here in the topmost floor of our dormitory.
yes.
Thank you for making it. I think you're gracing my episode with your presence.
Yes.
It means so much to me. I had this dream.
Yeah,
For me,
yeah.
it's small dream. For me,
Yeah.
I thought I had one feature on my episode. I had this dream. So thank you so much.
Welcome.
Thank you so much for being on my podcast. And
Welcome.
ideology, and I hope the audience will love you. They will give you full support, full love, and they will. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.